There are some movies that feel like coming home. They wrap you in a warm blanket of joy and laughter. Coming to America is one of those special films. It first graced our screens in 1988, and honestly, it felt like a bolt of pure sunshine. It was more than just a story about a prince finding his queen, a celebration of culture, of family, and of finding your own way in the world. The film introduced us to the magnificent kingdom of Zamunda, the bustling, vibrant streets of Queens, New York. It was a fairy tale, yet it felt so real and full of heart because of the incredible people who brought it to life. We all have our favorite lines, our favorite moments that we can recite by heart, don't we? The magic wasn't just in the brilliant script or the beautiful costumes. It was in the eyes of the actors and the way they delivered each line with perfect timing and genuine emotion. Every single person on that screen contributed to a masterpiece that has stood the test of time. Today, as we look back, our hearts are filled with gratitude. But there is also a touch of sadness. We feel a sense of loss for the brilliant souls who are no longer with us. When you think of a king, what voice do you hear? For millions of us, it is the deep, resonant, and truly majestic voice of James Earl Jones. In Coming to America, he was King Jaffe Joffer, the powerful and loving father of Prince Akeem. He embodied royalty with every word and every gesture. His presence on screen was undeniable. You believed he was the ruler of Zamunda. You felt his authority, but you also saw the twinkle in his eye, the humor that lay just beneath the surface of his regal exterior. He was the quintessential king, a man of immense power, who, deep down, just wanted his son to be happy and to uphold the traditions of their great nation. James Earl Jones brought a level of gravitas to the role that no one else could have. He was both formidable and funny, a combination that made his character so memorable. Remember that scene where he arrives in Queens, utterly appalled by the humble apartment his son is living in? His delivery of the line, "Akeem, this is beautiful. What is it, Velvet?" is pure comic genius. Behind the scenes, James was known for his incredible professionalism and his gentle spirit. He was a mentor to so many, a giant in the industry whose kindness was as legendary as his voice. Eddie Murphy often spoke of the honor of working with him, of how much he learned just by being in his presence. James had this incredible ability to make everyone around him better. Losing James Earl Jones in 2023 felt like the end of an era. We will always remember the power, the grace, and the unforgettable humor he brought to the world. And what is a king without his queen? Beside King Jaffe, Joffer stood the elegant, poised, wonderfully witty brought to life by the incomparable Madge Sinclair. She was the perfect counterpart to James Earl Jones's commanding king. Where he was stern, she was gentle. Where he was bound by tradition, she had a modern sensibility, a knowing smile that told you she understood her son's heart completely. Queen Aeolian didn't have as many lines as some of the other characters, but her presence was felt in every scene she graced. She communicated so much with just a look, a quiet nod, or a subtle gesture of support for her son, Akeem. Madge Sinclair radiated a quiet strength and a deep well of maternal love. Her performance was a masterclass in subtlety. You could feel the warmth and intelligence of Queen Aeolian, a woman who knew how to navigate the strict protocols of the royal court, while still holding on to her own wisdom and compassion. One of the most touching moments is when she speaks to Akeem before he leaves for America, encouraging him to sow his royal oats. It was a moment of humor, yes, but it was also a moment of a mother giving her son permission to find his own happiness, even if it meant breaking with centuries of tradition. Behind the camera, Madge was a trailblazer. She was a respected and admired actress who broke down barriers for Black women in Hollywood. She brought a sense of dignity and grace to every role she played, whether it was in Roots or as the voice of Sarabai in The Lion King. She will forever be the Queen of Zamunda and the Queen of our hearts, a symbol of grace and strength for all time. The My T-Sharp Barbershop in Queens was more than just a place to get a haircut. It was the heart of the community. It was a stage for some of the most hilarious and unforgettable debates in movie history. And at the center of that lively world was Sweets, the old-timer who had seen it all and heard it all, played with such wonderful charm by Clint Smith. Sweets may not have had as many lines as Clarence or Saul, but his presence was absolutely essential. He was the quiet observer, the one who would chime in with a simple, perfectly timed comment that would send the whole place into another round of laughter. He was the soul of that barbershop. Clint Smith brought a quiet authenticity to the role of Sweets. You believed he had been sitting in that barbershop chair for decades, listening to the same old arguments day in and day out. His character represented the history of the neighborhood, the elder who provides a grounding presence amidst all the chaos and comedy. When he would finally speak, everyone would listen. His reactions, a slow nod, a wide-eyed look of disbelief, a hearty laugh, were just as funny as the rapid-fire dialogue happening around him. He was a master of reactive comedy, proving that you don't always need the most lines to steal a scene. The camaraderie in those barbershop scenes felt so real because it was. Clint Smith, with his calm demeanor and wonderful sense of humor, was a beloved part of that ensemble. He was a veteran actor who had a long career in theater and film, and he brought that experience and professionalism to the set every day. He helped create an environment where the comedy could feel natural and spontaneous. We'll remember his warm smile and the gentle humor he brought to the film. In the bustling world of the Mighty Sharp barbershop, there was another voice, skeptical, resigned, and hilarious. That voice belonged to Lou Myers, the perpetually unimpressed customer. While the barbers argued about boxing and politics, Lou sat in the chair and occasionally piped in with a world-weary comment that perfectly captured being stuck in a conversation you can't escape. He was the perfect foil to Clarence and Saul, the everyman trying to get a haircut in peace but caught in a comedic whirlwind. Lou Myers was a master of saying so much with so little. His exasperated sighs and eye rolls were pure comedic gold. You could feel his internal monologue. Are these guys ever going to stop? He found the humor in frustration. His deadpan during the greatest boxer debate is unforgettable. His small, repeated interjections lifted the whole scene. Beyond the shop, Lou was respected on stage and screen. Best known as Mr. Vernon Gaines on A Different World, he brought humor and heart, becoming a beloved father figure. A craftsman who knew character nuance and could add depth and humanity to every role. Colleagues called him generous and a kind soul, sharing wisdom and experience. When we lost Lou in 2013, we lost a cherished artist. In Coming to America, he made Mighty Sharp feel real, populated by real people with distinct personalities. He gave us someone instantly relatable and uproariously funny. His grumpy voice echoes in our memories forever.
All right, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend behind the Golden Arcs. The Golden Arcs. The one and only Cleo McDowell, played by the fantastic John Amos. Every scene he's in is just comedy gold. The way he proudly explained the difference between McDowell's and McDonald's is one of the funniest running gags in movie history. They got the Golden Arches, mine is the Golden Arcs. You see, let's talk about one of the first people Akeem and Semi meet in Queens. He shows them that, let's just say, very humble apartment. His delivery of the line, "A man has died in this room," then Akeem's excited reaction, "It's just perfect. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness." Paul Bates's comedic timing is just impeccable. The little song and dance for the queen-to-be, it's so funny because he's so completely serious about it. Every great story needs a great rival. His product? The one, the only Soul Glow. Just let your soul glow. That commercial is legendary. Calvin Lockhart played Colonel Izzy with such a smooth, confident swagger. The negotiation scene with King Jaffe Joffer is fantastic. Lockhart holds his own perfectly against the powerhouse that is James Earl Jones. At McDowell's, there was one employee who was always there, trying his best. That was Maurice, played by the late, great Louis Anderson. What a sweetheart. Look, me and the floor, we have a relationship. Louis was a giant of the comedy world. His stand-up was legendary. It was so personal. And then came his role in Baskets. He won an Emmy for that role. We lost Louis Anderson in 2022, and it was a gut punch to the entire comedy community. He was a true original, a kind soul, and a comedic genius. A very young, very energetic Samuel L. Jackson. This guy, who's getting his butt kicked with a mop handle, would go on to become one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. The man is a global icon, the highest-grossing actor of all time. Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy as the homeless Duke brothers, a perfect callback to Trading Places. Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy as the homeless Duke brothers, a perfect callback to Trading Places. Don Amici, a true giant of Hollywood's golden age who won an Oscar for Cocoon. Let's not forget her younger sister, Patrice McDowell, played by the wonderful Allison Dean. She was the more outgoing, fun-loving sister. She was immediately trying to figure out which one was the rich one. Her most memorable scene, of course, is when she brings that guy over to the apartment and he starts singing Greatest Love of All. The whole scene is just hilariously awkward. Patrice's enthusiastic off-key singing along is just the cherry on top. Let's talk about the heir to the Soul Glow empire, Daryl Jenks. The Jerry curl, the attitude, the desperation to hold on to his girlfriend Lisa. Daryl was everything Prince Akeem wasn't. Talk about a 180-degree turn. Intense surgeon, brilliant surgeon, often difficult surgeon. He was one of the anchors of that show for years, earning Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. Since his time on ER, Eric LaSalle has become a very successful director for television. If you love The Wire, you know him as Deputy Commissioner Irvin Burrell. He can shift from a comic bit to heavy drama and be believable in both. And The Silence of the Lambs, he played Barney, the orderly. He's the only actor to appear in all the Anthony Hopkins Hannibal films. Frankie Faison is a true working actor's actor. He's been on Broadway, he's been in countless films and TV shows. He just makes every project better. And how great was it to see him come back in Coming to America? It felt like no time had passed at all. Paul Bates created a character that is a huge part of why we love this movie so much. After Coming to America, Allison Dean continued to act. She brought that same spark and energy to her other roles. She had a great presence on screen and was a talented actress who could handle both comedy and drama. She was a key part of the ensemble that made Coming to America so special. While she's been less active in Hollywood in recent years, her role as Patrice McDowell is one that fans of the movie remember with a lot of affection. She was funny, she was charming, and she was an essential part of the McDowell family dynamic. So here's to Allison Dean for giving us the unforgettable, fun-loving Patrice. A huge shout out to the one and only Samuel L. Jackson. It's a reminder that everyone has to start somewhere, even if that somewhere is getting knocked out by a prince with a mop. A perfect nod to movie history, and a wonderful tribute to Donna Mecci. Wow, what a cast, right? Going back through these performances, you really appreciate just how much talent was packed into every single frame of this movie. From the regal grace of Madge Sinclair to the comedic genius of Louis Anderson, every actor brought something truly special to the film. Madge Sinclair, Calvin Lockhart, Donna Mecci, Louis Anderson, their work is a gift that keeps on giving. Their performances are immortal, and they continue to bring joy and laughter to new generations of fans. They are deeply missed, but their legacies shine so bright. Coming to America is more than just a movie. It's a collection of beautiful memories for so many of us. It's a film that connects people. So now, I want to hear from you. What are your favorite moments, your favorite lines? Is it the Soul Glow commercial? The She's Your Queen to Be song? Anything from the barbershop? Head down to the comments and share what this movie means to you. Let's fill it up with love for this film and its incredible cast. Thank you so much for taking this trip down memory lane with me today. It's important to look back and honor the people who created the things we love.
A film's magic isn't only created by the people you see on screen, it's also woven by the artists behind the camera, the ones who build the world for the actors to inhabit. In Coming to America, the costumes were a character in and of themselves. The brilliant mind behind that wearable art was Deborah Nadoolman Landis. She stitched the world of Zamunda into reality. King Jaffe Joffer's lion-adorned sash, the stunning gowns of the royal court, her designs were a feast for the eyes. She built a visual language for the kingdom. Deborah's work was visionary. She didn't just design clothes, she built a culture. She conducted extensive research into African art, textiles, royal traditions to create costumes both authentic and fantastically regal. The level of detail was astonishing. Elaborate headdresses, intricate beadwork, vibrant fabrics flooded the screen. Her designs earned an Academy Award nomination. The costumes were not accessories. They were essential to storytelling, establishing the contrast between opulent Zamunda and everyday queens. She collaborated closely with actors. She incorporated a real lion skin into King Jaffe Joffer's costume, a detail that amplified his presence and became legendary. Her passing in 2023 was a profound loss. The threads of her genius are woven into the film, and her royal wardrobe will be celebrated forever. What happens when you bring together a group of immensely talented people who share a common goal? You get magic. That is the only word to describe the chemistry of the Coming to America cast. Each person we've remembered brought their own unique spark. It was the combination of these individual sparks that created such a brilliant fire. The magic wasn't just in the big, laugh-out-loud moments. It was in the small, quiet interactions between the characters. Think about the dynamic between King Jaffe Joffer and Queen Aeolian. James Earl Jones gave us the booming, authoritative king. Madge Sinclair gave us the graceful, intuitive queen. Together, they were completely believable as a royal couple who had shared a lifetime. Their love for each other and for their son was the emotional anchor of the Zamunda scenes. Then, you travel to Queens and step into the My T Sharp barbershop. The energy shifts completely. Here, the magic was in the chaotic, overlapping, and hilarious banter. Clint Smith's quiet wisdom, Lou Myers' weary exasperation. This on-screen magic doesn't happen by accident. It grows from a place of mutual respect and a shared sense of fun. Behind-the-scenes stories tell of a set filled with laughter, where improvisation was encouraged. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall set a tone of playful collaboration. Seasoned actors like James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair brought a level of professionalism that inspired everyone. This beautiful blend of youthful energy and veteran wisdom created a perfect environment for comedy to flourish. The magic they created together is timeless. When we watch the film today, that magic is still there, as potent and as joyful as the very first time we saw it. If there is one gift that Coming to America gave the world, it is the gift of pure, unadulterated laughter. And the artists we are honoring were masters of their craft, each contributing to the film's comedic brilliance in their own special way. Laughter is a powerful thing. It can heal, it can unite, and it can create memories that last a lifetime. The laughter that these actors sparked has echoed for decades, bringing smiles to our faces time and time again. It's a special kind of legacy to leave behind, the legacy of joy. They made us laugh not just with clever lines, but with their whole being. James Earl Jones, an actor known for his serious, dramatic roles, revealed a surprising and delightful comedic genius. His portrayal of a king utterly bewildered by the common world was hilarious. His deadpan reactions to everything from a crowded subway car to a Soul Glow commercial were priceless. Madge Sinclair's humor was more subtle, found in a knowing glance or a perfectly timed, gentle correction of her husband. She showed that comedy doesn't always have to be loud. It can be found in the quiet, witty moments of observation. Together, they created a royal comedy duo for the ages, their regal sophistication clashing beautifully with the chaos of Queens. Then we have the comedic genius of the barbershop. Clint Smith and Lou Myers were essential parts of that legendary ensemble. They were the masters of reactive comedy. Their expressions of amusement, confusion, or sheer annoyance were often funnier than the lines themselves. Their performances remind us that comedy is a team sport. The wonderful, heartfelt laughter they left behind is their enduring gift to us all. A movie is more than just moving pictures on a screen. It is a time capsule. It preserves a moment, a story, and the incredible talents of the people who brought it to life. Coming to America is a shining example of this. It captured a moment of creative brilliance and has become a permanent part of our cultural landscape. The film's legacy is not just in its box office success or its quotable lines. It's in the way it continues to bring people together, to bridge gaps and to fill our homes with warmth and laughter. It is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. James Earl Jones, Madge Sinclair, Clint Smith, Lou Myers. They were more than just actors in a film. They were architects of joy. They built characters that have become like old friends to us. Through their performances, they touched our hearts and lifted our spirits. Their work has inspired countless fans and aspiring artists. They showed the world the incredible range and depth of Black talent, helping to pave the way for future generations of storytellers and performers. As we remember these cherished artists, we are reminded that even in loss, there is something that remains. Their physical presence may be gone, but their spirit, their energy, their light shine on through their work. Every time we press play on Coming to America, they are with us again. We hear the king's booming voice, we see the queen's graceful smile, and we laugh along with the patrons of the My T Sharp barbershop. In this way, movies grant us a type of immortality. They allow us to continue to share moments with the people we've lost, to celebrate their lives, to feel the joy they created. So let us cherish these memories. Let us continue to share this beautiful film with our children and grandchildren. Let us keep the stories and the laughter alive.